Welcome to Pilates with MarQue. My name is MarQue and I will be your instructor for this beginner, core centering Pilates mat workout. Pilates is based on lengthening and strengthening from your core center. It was invented by a man named Joseph Pilates back in the early 1900s. As a certified Pilates instructor, my training was done through Pulsar Education. We will be using the principles from the Pulsar Education course: concentration, breathing, body alignment, centering, balance, and mind-body coordination. Let us start with breathing. We're going to think of breathing wide and to the side, filling the lower lobes in the back and the diaphragm with air as we expand outward, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth, drawing the ribs closed. Inhaling through the nose, wide and to the side, and exhaling through the mouth, drawing the ribs close together down towards the pelvis. Feeling the air funnel down towards the pelvis as we exhale. Inhale through the nose, expanding out to the sides, and exhaling through the mouth, funneling the ribs down close towards the pelvic bone. We will continue that breathing through all of our exercises. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Let the lips just part lightly, letting the air funnel out. Think of your neck being relaxed. Your tongue is lightly sitting in your mouth, and you just want to feel as if you could drool, just like a baby. That's the type of breathing we want. No tension in the neck. Keep it nice and soft. No tension in the shoulders. And when we inhale, make sure we do not raise the shoulders. We don't breathe. We let them stay down, long away from the ears, inhaling, expanding wide and to the side, and exhaling as we draw the ribs together, funneling them down towards the pelvic bone. Okay? We're going to lay down onto our back now, and we're going to practice some breathing before we start our first exercise. Begin by just laying yourself down, turning yourself on your side, sliding out, and then rolling onto your back, nice and easy. Okay? We'll be in a parallel position with our legs hip-width apart and our feet flat on the floor. Think of your foot as a tripod. The first and fifth metatarsal, that's your big toe, and your pinky toe, the first and fifth metatarsal, and your heel being the tripod, directly into the floor. As your sacrum, the flat aspect of your tailbone, is flat into the mat, your hip bones are directly parallel to the ceiling. So if you had a board, you could place a coffee cup and it would sit firm and flat. That leaves a space under the lower back. Your thoracic region is placed on the mat, and then there's a space under your neck, which is the cervical spine area, which is lifted from the mat and the back of your head. From this position, we're just going to inhale wide into the side, and exhale, drawing the ribs together and funneling the air down towards the pelvis bone, drawing the ribs together. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. As you exhale, you want to think of your belly button going to your spine. So draw it in as you inhale wide into the side and exhale. Again, drawing the ribs down, funneling the air out, sending it down towards the pelvic bone. Inhale wide into the side, and exhale, pulling the belly button to the spine. You want to think of your abdominals as going concave, making a C curve, slouching down towards the mat. Again, holding your neutral space, so keeping the space under your lower back. Think of that as a grape space, a very small space that's between your lower back and the mat itself. Inhale wide into the side and exhale. Part the lips, no tension in the neck. Inhale wide into the side and exhale. Work from neutral to posterior, okay? Again with your breathing, wide into the side as you inhale through the nose. As you exhale, deepen through your abdominals, softening your ribs and closing them together, allowing the sacrum to turn up, pelvis going up, deepening the lower back into the floor to posterior. That's an exhale. Inhale back to neutral And exhale, deepening through, closing the ribs down, hollowing the abdominals out, and letting the lower back go into the floor, exhaling. Again, inhale back to neutral. Sacrum is flat. Exhale, allowing the air to part out of the lips. Lower back going into the floor, imprinting the spine. Shoulders are wide into the side. Inhale back to neutral. And exhale into a deep posterior tilt. Last time, inhale back to neutral. Let us begin by bringing the arms just slightly up towards the ceiling, parallel. As we exhale, we're going to draw the arms down towards the mat. Think of the neck lifting long, extending the spine through the top of the head, and the chin going into the sternum. As we hollow out the abdominals, exhaling as we move up. Take your inhale, the arms come back up. And exhale, drawing the arms down, hollowing out the abdominals as you exhale. Inhale, the arms go back up towards the ceiling, and exhale, the chin draws in towards the sternum, hollowing the abdominals out as you exhale. Inhale, wide into the side, and exhale, drawing the hands down towards the mat. Now as we exhale, we want the shoulders to be long and away from the ears. We don't want them to lift up or pull forward. Inhale, and exhale as we sweep the hands down towards the mat, hollowing out the abdominals. Very nice. Inhale, and now exhale and rest as we move on to the assisted roll-up. Your hands will be placed behind the thighs. You'll use your thighs as a ladder to walk yourself up. Again, your gaze is going to be forward to the ceiling to begin. You'll take your inhale. As you exhale, draw your chin into your sternum, and you're actually going to walk yourself to a sitting position. One vertebrae at a time as you lift up, hollowing those abdominals out, and sitting tall on the top with your back nice and straight. So now you're lifted nice and long, a neutral sitting position. Feet are still parallel, you're still hip width apart. Okay? We'll take an inhale at the top, hands are behind the thighs. Take your inhale, you're going to allow your chin to fold into your sternum. Inhale, that posterior tilt, allowing your lower back to round down one vertebrae at a time. Walk the hands back down the thighs as you roll into the mat, one vertebrae at a time, hollowing the abdominals out to a neutral position. Take the inhale at the bottom. Exhale, holding the chin into the sternum, walking up the back of the thighs, going into your posterior tilt, and walking up one vertebrae at a time, hollowing out. Inhale at the top, lifting the back long, sitting high. Very nice. Take your inhale, walking the hands back down, allowing yourself to go into a posterior tilt, aiming your sacrum down, walking the hands down the back of the thighs, one vertebrae at a time, and back to your neutral position. Inhale, float the chin into the sternum, hollowing out the abdominals into a posterior tilt, walking the hands up the back of the thighs, one vertebrae at a time, gazing at the belly button. Inhale, sitting nice and tall at the top. Take your inhale, and posterior tilt, allowing the sacrum to aim itself down towards the mat, deepening the belly button to the spine, chin folding into the sternum, walking the hands down the thighs, shoulders are wide into the side. Inhale at the bottom in neutral. Exhale, chin floats into the sternum, hollowing the abdominals out, posterior tilt, walking the hands up the back of the thighs, rounding out, hollowing over a ball. Take your inhale, aim those sits bones down and sit nice and tall. Last time, inhale at the top, and rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Take the gaze into the belly button, hollowing the abdominals out, walking the hands down the back of the thighs, laying down into your neutral position. We are core centering through the center of the abdominals. The abdominals are in 4 parts. You have your transverse abdominals, which are your low abdominals. Think across your seatbelt line. Okay, then you have your obliques, On the side, the internal and external obliques, and then your rectus abdominals, which go straight through the rectus abdominal or your six-pack. We think of it as the six-pack. Okay? What we're going to do this time, as we inhale, we're going to bring the arms up again. As we exhale, we're going to draw ourselves up. And this will be the prep position for the 100, or the signature piece of Pilates. You're going to take 5 inhales through the nose, allowing the diaphragm to lift, widen to the side as you're breathing. And exhale, deepening through the abdominals, exhaling through the mouth 5 times. And you'll be patting the hands as if you're patting water. And inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale, and exhale. Take a long inhale and lower yourself back down. Very nice. Now drawing the legs up into a tabletop position, we're going to place the right hand on the right ankle, drawing that knee in towards you. The left hand on the inside of the right knee, extending the left leg long. Your head and your focus will be up to the ceiling, just ahead of you, straight to the ceiling. You are still in your neutral position. You'll take your inhale, and when you exhale, that's when you're going to switch the legs. Inhale, exhale, and switch. As you exhale, the belly button pulls into the spine. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, and exhale, switch. Beautiful. Bring the legs in. Allow yourself to roll over the sacrum, so now you are in a slight posterior tilt. This time, let's elongate the arms in front of us. Take your inhale, sweep yourself up, lifting your chin into your sternum. The right hand placed again on the ankle, left hand on the inside of the right knee. Extend the left leg long, holding yourself up in this cradled position. Shoulders are wide into the side so that they're long and away, not up by the ears, but wide into the side. Take your inhale, exhale, and switch. Inhale, exhale, and switch. Inhale, exhale, and switch. Inhale, exhale, and switch. Again, inhale, exhale, and switch, pulling the belly button to the spine. Inhale, exhale, and switch. Inhale, exhale, and switch. Inhale, exhale, and switch. Very nice. Inhale, bring the knees in towards you. And exhale, lower your back down to the floor, lowering your head. Take an inhale and exhale. Core centering through the abdominals. Take yourself a rest now if you need to get water. Roll yourself onto your side and sit tall. Let's move on to doing some leg work. Draw those feet back up. Pull yourself down towards the bottom of your mat. And let's roll down back to the mat, assisting ourselves. Remember, our sacrum is aiming down towards the mat as we pull the belly button to the spine, hollowing out as we roll down, one vertebrae at a time. Okay? Back to our neutral position. We have our feet placed on the floor, hip width apart, and the ball that we have here, just in case for tracking, you put that ball between the knees, and that'll keep you hip width apart. Okay? We're going to keep ourselves in our neutral position. Let's just start with a leg extension, extending from the knees. We have the ball placed at the knees. We're in neutral position. Our shoulders are wide into the side. We'll take an inhale. Remember, we're inhaling into the diaphragm. The shoulders don't lift. Wide into the side, we inhale. As we exhale, we're going to extend the leg straight out from the ball. Take an inhale, drive in, placing the foot back on the floor where it came from, and exhale, lifting the opposite leg. Now the sacrum is staying flat into the floor. Inhale, and exhale, and lift. We're holding on to that ball. Our toes are pointed. Plantar flex. Inhale, and exhale. Send the energy away from you. Again, hollowing those abdominals out, pulling the belly button to the spine. Inhale, and exhale. Long and away. Think of extending that leg long and away. Inhale, it draws back to the floor, and exhale. Now you're not teeter-tottering over your pelvis. You're keeping it flat, so your coffee cup or your teacup stays firm. Inhale, and exhale, sending that leg, extending it out long. Inhale, draw the foot back to the floor, and exhale and lift. And two more. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale. Last one on the left side, and exhale. Very nice. Inhale, draw that foot in. And from here, we're going into bridging. The setup with the leg extension was a setup for our bridging. Again, we're staying in neutral position. This is spine articulation from the base of the spine. Our hands are long, our shoulders are wide and to the side. Think of an X across your back. That'll keep the right shoulder slid back and down as if it's connected into the left hip pocket, and the opposite with the left arm slid back and down, connected into the right hip pocket. Hands are placed again to the side. I'm going to move my arm to the side so you can see the articulation through the lower spine. You'll inhale. As you exhale, turn the pelvis under. The sacrum goes right into the floor, and we're going to roll up. Think of your knees going into the corner between the ceiling and the wall, and you're rolling up just to the thoracic region. That's behind the bra line for the ladies, at the mid-back for the men. Take an inhale at the top, softening your ribs, drawing them towards the pelvis, lowering one vertebrae at a time as you fold back into the mat, keeping the hips lifted all the way until it's time for the sacrum to come down after the lower lumbar reaches the floor, and back to your neutral position. Okay? Your gaze is taken straight up to the ceiling. Hands are lightly placed to the side. As you're rolling up, bar against pressing into the mat with your hands. We're articulating through the lower spine. Take your inhale from your neutral position, widen to the side. Exhale as you deepen the lower lumbar into the mat, turning the pelvis up, sending the energy over the knees as you lift one vertebrae at a time, coming up to the thoracic region. Hold yourself at the top, take an inhale.